Brad Williams, Frugal Finance, stock awards. What are they? Why should you take advantage of them? And what are the biggest concerns related to stock awards? Questions employees should ask about stock awards. If you receive a stock award from an employer, you become part of an owner of the company and can benefit if its shares price goes higher. Like any other investment, though, stock awards come with risks. Company grants you a stock award, or you're considering a job that includes equity compensation, there are a few questions to consider. What type of stock awards are you receiving? You have a couple different types. You have employee stock option plans and restricted stock units are among the most common types of equity compensation. An employee stock option is a contract that grants you the right to buy shares in your employee's company at a specific fixed price known as the exercise price after a designated date. An RSU, in contrast, it's a restricted stock unit, is granted to an employee without any out-of-pocket costs, but typically provides limited ownership rights. There are other types of employee stock awards, including stock appreciation rights, which allows you to profit from an increase in a company's stock price without ever having to buy the stock. With SARs, you only benefit if shares rise, and you won't face losses in the case of a stock price falling. Restrictions are typically involved, including that you remain employed and in good standing. Employee stock purchase plans, ESPPs, aren't awards, but rather offer the ability to purchase a company's stock directly at a discounted price. Typically, to be eligible, you need to have been employed by the company for a specific period of time. Some plans allow you to sell your purchased shares at any point, subject to capital gains tax law. Other plans include certain restrictions, including timing and quantity of shares sold. Is your stock award time vested or performance-based? It's common for executives to receive performance-based equity awards, meaning that their stock options may only be exercised or they only receive full ownership of their RSUs once certain performance goals are met. Performance-based equity awards are more unusual for employees at other levels. However, companies can use awards that vest over a certain time period as an employee retention incentive. Vesting is contingent on you remaining with the company, with RSUs, SARs, and stock options vesting gradually over time. Sometimes vesting doesn't begin until you've been with the company for a year or more. For example, following your 1-year anniversary of employment, you might see your stock award vesting on a monthly basis. Sometimes the timeline can be much longer. Consult your company's benefits department. Are you guarding against concentration risk? Generally speaking, portfolio diversification is a good way to mitigate investment risk. Having a large portion of your assets in one stock is referred to as concentration risks. I have a bunch of videos on this, so take a look at my playlists. You can find yourself facing steep losses if that stock suddenly underperforms. For example, here it is, end of February 2024. A bunch of earnings came out yesterday. NVIDIA, Salesforce. Well, NVIDIA didn't do no surprises there. But Salesforce underperformed. The stock is going to take a big hit this morning. If you have all of your eggs in one basket, in other words, you have this concentration risk. Everything you have is Salesforce in terms of your investments. Well, you're going to take a bit of hit this morning. But again, it could just be a short-term deal and nothing to worry about. But keep in mind, if you were to diversify some of that stuff into other sectors, perhaps the downside wouldn't be as significant. If you're a long-time employee and have accumulated large holdings of your employer stock or stock options, talk with an investment professional about whether your overall portfolio is appropriately diversified and whether you should reallocate any of your assets. Evaluate your total holdings, taking into consideration company stock that you've accumulated in your 401k as well. Do you understand the tax implications? RSUs, SARs, and stock options are all subject to taxes, though in different ways. Because taxes and stock awards are complex, consider consulting a tax professional. Comment. Let me know if you're working in Silicon Valley, if you have a bunch of RSUs or SARs or any other form of stock options, and you don't understand, or you just think they're the greatest thing in the world. Can you pre-sell them? Sometimes there's a lockup period. Sometimes they're tied to when the company goes public. A lot of different restrictions. So comment. If you're an expert in this arena, share some of your experiences. Brad Williams, Frugal Finance, Hope that helped. Thanks for watching. See you soon.